Welcome to A Course in Miracles, Workbook Lesson 191. Now, this is affirmation, confirmation, admission, admitting to ourselves. This is owning it. Now, as in religion and in spirituality, everything first comes as a concept. And the concept replaces the old concept, the old idea, the belief, the concept, the idea, the ideology is there to replace the old one. Be careful not to be caught in the objectification of the concept. Its purpose is meant to take you and turn you from looking out to looking within. But the minute you start trapped within the within, next thing you know, you have the chakras. Now we're focusing on chakras and kundalini and breathing patterns. Within is silent awareness. So the minute we turn inwards, the concept becomes objectified. Now this sentence, don't make it objectifiable. Try and transcend it from understanding into knowing. So let me say this. If God is pure energy, the essence energy of everything, forever eternal, forever expanding, that essence energy, another word for it is light. A better word for it is awareness, silent stillness, ever extending light, which is silently still. That is God. What is the sun? The extension of silent stillness, the extension of light. I am the Holy Son of God Himself. Now, the minute you go Son, God, then you have a Jesus or a body mind, and God is a being. And that concept became trapped in idolatry, in objectification, and became trapped in Christianity. In Hinduism, it became Brahman and Shiva, and before you know it, in the millions of various deities to which we were meant to build relationship with, not worshipped, but over time, instead of building relationship with your assigned, because at birth or as a young child, you were assigned a deity to which to build a relationship with. It could have been assigned because the family had a deity to which they assigned themselves to which they had a relationship with. But over time, it became worship, symbols, little idols everywhere. Atman, the divine Christ. Brahman, the supreme being, the ultimate reality, and everything underneath the subsequent levels and fractures of that, aspects of that reality. The many faces of God in the Hindu or the Vedantic traditions. In Christianity became one, and in subsects you had maybe a Jesus and a Joseph and a Mary and the saints, and it broke apart again. And then as New Age Christianity came about, it became the Son within, or the Christ, the risen Christ, but it still was objectified as Jesus, the risen Christ. The risen Christ is the awareness of self-aware. And so when I am the Holy Son of God Himself in the complete non-dual awareness, God is what is, that which is. And what is what is appearing in the Son's mind. So what is appears in that which is. Essence awareness, energy, the essence of light energy, ever extending. So what is the Son but the extension of light energy? Be aware of that. The silent stillness. When you're silently still, you are that awareness. And what is that awareness? God, the self, the one indivisible self. I am that. Here is your declaration of release from bondage of the world. I'm not this. I am that which is aware. And here as well is all the world released. Why? Because if I am this in that which is, then this, all of this which appears as what is part of that which is God. You do not see what you have done by giving the world the role of jailer to the Son of God, to you. An activity, a localization of the dreaming Son of God's mind. What could it be but vicious and afraid, fearful of shadows, punitive and wild, lacking in all reason, blind, insane with hate, and filled with stories of dogma and concepts and nonsense and levels and spiritual jargon. 1,000 ways, 10,000 ways to reach God, when all you need to do is be still and he'll reach you. What have you done that this should be your world? What have you done that this is what you see? Tell you what you've done. You've denied your own identity, capital I. And this is what remains in forgetfulness. You look on chaos and proclaim it as yourself. There is no sight that fails to witness this to you, within you. Your mind is chaos. Your thoughts are chaotic. Your life is chaos. There is no sound that does not speak of frailty within you and without. No breath you draw that does not seem to bring you nearer death, or hurt, or pain, or betrayal, or treachery, because it's in your mind. No hope you hold, but will dissolve in tears. You attack, and you're attacked, and you don't know why. You deny your own identity, and thus you deny the world our shared identity in God. And you will not escape the madness, which includes this weird, unnatural, and ghostly thought, this body-mind appearance that mocks creation and laughs at God. Because, look, I'm real. I've managed to make myself into something. Deny your true identity, and you assail the universe alone, your dreaming mind alone, without a real friend, a tiny particle of dust against the legions of your own enemy. Just as at night, you dream of all those hundreds of people, thousands of people. You're dreaming 8 billion in this planet, 9 septillion throughout the universe. Deny your own identity and look on evil, sin, and death, and watch despair snatch from your fingers every scrape of hope. One disappointment after the next, one betrayal after the next, and you don't see you're the common enemy. You're the common denominator. Everybody against you. Don't you realize you're against everybody? Leaving you nothing but the wish to curl up into a little ball and spontaneously burst into flames and die. Yet what is it except a game you play in which identity can be denied? You are as God created you, Holy Son of God. All else but this one thing is folly to believe. In this one thought is everyone set free, because you look upon yourself as one whole, indivisible self. In this one truth are all illusions gone. In this one fact is sinlessness proclaimed to be forever part of everything, the central core of its existence, and its guarantee of your immortal reality shared with God's immortal, eternal, loving, unconditionally peaceful reality. But let today's idea find a place amongst your thoughts, that you have risen far above this world and all the worldly thoughts that hold it prisoner. And from this place of safety, silent security, and escape, you will return and set this world free. For he who can accept his true identity is truly saved, and the world saved with you, for the world is in your mind. And his salvation is the gift he gives to everyone in gratitude to him who pointed out the way to happiness that changed his whole perspective of the world. One holy thought like this, and you are free. You are the Holy Son of God himself, appearing as a localization, but in truth, you are that which dreams. And with this holy thought, you learn as well that you have freed the world from the bondage you made it, the enemy you created of it. You have no more need to use it cruelly and then perceive the savage need in it. You set it free from your imprisonment to what you've appointed it to be, your enemy, because you now call it friend. You will not see devastating image of yourself walking the world in terror, with the world twisting in agony, because your fears have laid the mark of death upon its heart. Be glad today how very easily hell is undone. You need but tell yourself, I am the Holy Son of God himself. I cannot suffer, cannot be in pain, cannot suffer loss, nor fail to do all that salvation asks. And in that thought is everything you look on wholly changed, because you have chosen to see anew through the vision of the Christ given you. Christ, your awake mind. A miracle has lighted up all dark and ancient caverns where the rites of death echoed since time began. Time was death. For time has lost its hold upon the world, your perception. You, the Son of God, the true essence that you are, has come in glory to redeem the lost, to save the helpless, and to give the world a gift of his forgiveness. You but dreamed a dream that was never true. And no matter what you did in a dream, you did nothing. Who could see the world as dark and sinful when God's Son, your true essence, has come again and at last to see it, to set it free? You who perceive your body-mind as weak and frail, filled with pain and suffering, with futile hopes and devastated dreams, disappointed, love didn't find you or didn't stay when you found it, born but to die, to weep, to suffer pain, to suffer loss, to suffer death of others that you loved. Hear this closely. All power is given unto you in earth and in heaven, Holy Son of God. There is nothing that you cannot do. You play the game of death, of being helpless, pitifully tied to the disillusion in a world which shows no mercy to you because you don't believe in mercy. Yet when you accord it mercy, will its mercy shine on you? What is mercy? Forgiveness. Then let the Son of God, your true essence, awaken from his sleep and opening up his holy eyes, return in knowing, in conscious awareness, again to bless the world he made. In error, it began within your mind, but it will end in the reflection of your holiness. And you will sleep no more and dream of death. Then join with me today. Your glory as the light that saves the world, and first saves your world from yourself that is no longer true, and joins with your true self, which is forever the reality of God. Do not withhold salvation longer. Look about the world and see the suffering there. Is not your heart willing to bring your weary brothers rest? Look how it suffers. It suffers because you're asleep. Awaken, and the suffering stops. The suffering of the world is because we refuse to awaken to the reality we are. They must await your own release. They stay in chains till you are free. They cannot see the mercy of the world until you find it in yourself. If they suffer pain, until you have denied its hold on you. They die till you accept your own eternal life. You are the Holy Son of God himself. Remember this, and all the world is set free. You are Atman, dissolve into Brahman. You are Christ, dissolve into God. Release the world, release the universe, release your dream of the universe, that you may know yourself as light, that you may know yourself as joy, that you may know yourself as love. For that is what you seek. And that is your inheritance, and you deserve it. And you've been seeking it because it calls from within you, that you may know yourself with total clarity, with total peace. Remember this, and earth and heaven are one, within you and without. Amen. Be yourself knowingly. Be you that. Be you that now. Blessings.